Jay Jay.
Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay, and I'm your hostess, Sister Jay Jay. Today we're going to be talking about life after prison. Now I have a young man with me today, Wendell Moss, have spent some time in prison, but he decided to do something different with his life. Let's welcome Wendell Moss.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, how are you, Wendell?
I'm super great. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for being on the show. And you have been to prison.
Yes, I have.
And how long have you been in prison?
I did 10 and a half years in prison.
10 and a half years. What did you do?
Well, you can nickname it and you can say street pharmaceuticals and AKA drugs.
Okay. Keep it 100. You were selling drugs, so you were a drug dealer.
Yes.
Okay. And you did 10 years. And after doing the 10 years, you came home and...
Well, it started in prison where you had to reinvent myself and redefine myself.
Okay.
And then once I came out, I just took the blueprint that I had there and executed it and turned it into reality.
So you say that it started while you were in prison.
Yes. When you go to prison, you can go to prison and come out 3 different ways. You can come out the same way. You can come out worse than you was when you came in, or you can come out better. So you have 3 different ways that you can go and come in.
You decided to come out a different way, better.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned that you had a blueprint. Tell me about the blueprint that you were designing while you were away.
Well, I knew that, once I get back out into society that, when you have felons on your record, there's a challenge in itself in trying to find employment. So, and the best way to employ yourself is self-employed, but you have to find out a legal way to actually, execute that and make that stuff work for you and make it, make yourself successful in doing what you had to do. So I figured out, when I left the street, I was doing concert promotion on a higher level, as far as, with rap stars and things of that nature, but I knew coming out that the funds weren't there to do that, so I had to do things a little more on a smaller scale on the chitlin circuit. So I had to, figure a way to actually utilize the resources that I had to make it, work to my advantage. Okay,
let's stop right there. Just for the generation that may not know what the chitlin circuit is, tell the people what that is.
Well, that's on a smaller scale. If you go back, back into '95 when Magic City was open, that was one of the #1 hip hop venues in the state of Virginia.
Okay.
I brought the likes of Lil Kim.
Oh, really?
I brought Lost Boys. I brought Chuck Brown.
Okay.
I brought Blase, Wu-Tang. Those different artists that that's in the hip hop era back then. They came to Magic City, Petersburg, Virginia. And that was a very lucrative time in hip hop for independent promoters to actually make a good decent living. Now that the prices have changed in that period of time from '95 to here 2015, you have the equivalence of a Lil Kim as Nicki Minaj.
Right.
You did Lil Kim back then for like $6,500. Now you talking about a Nicki Minaj, you talking about $150,000.
Yes.
So for a person on a small scale or a club that hold 1,500 to 2,000 people, you can't. It's almost impossible to make any type of money.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. You were not only a drug dealer, but you were also a promoter.
Yes.
Okay. So it sounds. I'm sorry.
Wait.
Well, it sounds like that you were doing relatively well as a promoter. What made you? Now I heard a lot of stories about the drug dealers. That's why I'm asking. Were you addicted to the money? Were you addicted to the street fame, the control, the power?
Well, the drug dealing part was the beginning stage. The promotional thing, once you learned how to clean that money up, was at the end phase. But I had already dug myself a grave before I can actually, use the entrepreneurial skill as far as promotion to my advantage. Once I started doing promotions, I already had 3 indictments pending.
Oh, wow.
Which I didn't know about until later down the line. So if I didn't have those indictments pending, I could have easily cleaned myself up and probably been out in Bel Air somewhere, living somewhere now.
Okay. Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Instead of going to the local DOC. So that ended up, how that ended up happening. You going instead of knowing that these indictments was pending, things happened for it.
Okay, so being a drug dealer, ex-drug dealer, coming out from doing 10 years, you knew that you wanted to make that money again because obviously it was in your blood per se, and so you decided to do what?
Well, I started out, with the fashion shows. I had a vision of doing fashion shows, and at first I had the book, which I came out with,
So you wrote a book?
Yes, a book.
Okay, tell me about the book.
Well, this book, it depicts, what goes on in every urban community throughout the United States. You have one individual that, monopolizes the area and what you can say he depicts or he plays out genocide on a particular, genre of people. Then it actually, it gets worse and worse and worse until, the consequences are either to prison or death.
So that's what Big Time is about. Is it loosely related to your lifestyle?
Well, it's only a figmentation of my imagination.
Okay.
It's a lot of things I've seen, and a lot of things I've seen inside of the in the game, and a lot of things that over exaggerated, and things that my imagination as far as me going hand to hand combat out on the streets, doing what I did back in the past.
So in this book, are you magnifying not only the lifestyle of a street criminal, or are you glorifying that world as well? What are you doing?
Well,
with the book?
magnifies. It tells a story. How if anybody, it don't make a difference where you live at. You can be in Creighton Court, you can be in Pecan Acres, Pin Oaks, or you can be out in the project in Southside Chicago. If you been in those particular places, if you read this book, it's like you walking a daily thing going through those particular places, and you can identify with a Payday, one of the main characters in the book. You can identify with an ISIS. You can identify with a Mookie. You can identify with a Tank, and all these different characters.
All characters
inside
that's
of this
in the book.
And it's the magnify brings the light of what goes on every day. But then in the end, it tells it has an ending, and it tells how that this individual that actually monopolizes the community, he gets an awakening where he knows now that hey, the whole time he has been plaguing the inner city with genocide. So he actually knows that what he did was he was a detriment to the community.
So the climax of the book, or the message of the book, is the revelation of your actions.
Exactly.
Okay, very good. Well, let the people see the book, Big Time, and if someone like to purchase that book or read more on the book, should I say, where should they find that book?
Well, you can go to my website. You can go to www.nubiaent.com, and you can purchase the book there.
Okay. All right. So you wrote a book. You came home. You wrote a book. Now, did you write the book after you came home, or did you write the book while you had all that free time?
Well,
10
I
years.
wrote several books when I had that free time. I wrote several books of doing that free time.
So is this one of the books that you wrote?
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
and you came home, you published the book.
Yes.
Okay, and then I heard you say that you do fashion shows.
Yes.
So you wrote the book.
Yes.
And from writing the book, you decided to get into fashion.
Yes.
What made you decide to do a fashion show?
Fashion shows is something.
Because I mean, no offense, but I don't see.
Oh no, not that type of play. Not this type of play.
So you don't do the runway.
No.
Okay.
I don't do the runway. I make sure the runway is blazed with people that has that type of skill to grace the runway.
Okay, so tell me how you got into doing the fashion show.
I had a vision back when I first came out to actually to do a Beauty and Bob Awards / fashion show. So I had 4 individuals that when I first started out, one was a beautician, one was a barber, and one was a playwright, and myself. And then the vision was people, all 4 of them, can bring something to the table to actually make this particular event grow into something big. Right. So after the first year it didn't go as well. Then the playwright, she stayed with me for a couple of years, and then then I actually took it to another level as with the RVA coming to Richmond.
Okay.
And combining the RVA with the Petersburg, and trying to make it a Baby Bonner Brothers show.
Oh,
wow! Far as it's gives the barbers and the stylists an opportunity to actually vote for the individual shops and salons and whatnot, and give them an opportunity to magnify and also promote, market, and their particular skill set and talent, on a larger scale.
Sounds like a good thing. And how long have you been doing that?
Well, I've been doing this RVA's fashion show, Beauty and Barber Awards. It's June 7th. This will be the 4th annual in Richmond.
Oh, wow.
So in the Petersburg area, if I was to continue doing it in Petersburg, it would have been in its 6th year.
Okay.
But I stopped doing it in Petersburg and combined it with Richmond to make it a much larger, bigger event.
I can understand.
So
that.
now this will be the 4th year here in Richmond, Virginia area.
Wow.
It will be at the 4 Points Sheraton on Laburnum, 4700 Laburnum Avenue. And we have this year, we have Razor Chick from Atlanta, which is a celebrity stylist. She will be in the house. And she would do a class. The next day will be, the class would be, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Look and Learn, Look and Learn. Okay. That class will be open for the stylist to pay a fee to come in to see how she do her cut styles and all the different techniques and whatnot that she do.
Okay, so let's backtrack. You were on the streets of Petersburg,
yes,
selling drugs. You also did promotion.
Yes.
You got locked up. You graced Virginia with 10 years of your life.
10 and a half.
10 and a half years.
That 6 months was very crucial.
Very crucial.
I did a lot of crying, a lot of meditating, a lot of praying in that 6 months. So that's crucial.
So that's very crucial. So you gave him 10 years and 6 months. You came home. You wrote a book. You started doing fashion shows. And what else do you do? Well,
I do fashion shows. I sell women accessories also.
Okay.
So that's a part of what I do. So
So you like to have the ladies looking good.
That's my job, to be a lifestyle enhancer. As long as you don't got a glass sitting on your forehead, sky's the limit.
All right. All right. So you quick with the tongue.
No, it's just to make sure that everybody that I go to different salons. That's how I interact with the stylists and the barbers, by me going to different salons and interact with them. My process of selling perfume, cologne, and things of that nature, it gives me an opportunity to interact with the public. Also, I always tell them that, me and the stylist, we like a tag team. Their job is my job is shoulder them, their job is shoulder up.
Okay.
So
I like
it's
that.
not like, you leave out the salon and your hair looking nice. If you're not looking good with a handbag or some perfume or cologne or oil or whatever, you're not really enhanced. You really leave out the salon and unbalanced.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm always balanced. Okay, so what I like about you, Wendell, is that you did not do the woe is me. You didn't make excuses. That drive that you had before going to prison seemed like you had it even more once you came home. And so with that being said, you're not just an author or a event planner, as you call yourself, or a women's enhancer. You also are a licensed business. You have a license, correct? A business license, should I say. So you are legitimate. You're legit, as they say.
Oh, yes.
Too legit to quit. So what made you decide to make your business legitimate?
Well, what makes the business legitimate is, when you go in different places and stuff like that, and actually, you want to pay taxes and receive taxes, tax refunds and all that, you legitimize yourself, especially when you're going into different places. You're trying to carry your particular events to another level. If I'm trying to take the RVA Beauty and Barber Awards to a corporate level, I have to present myself in a professional manner when I put these sponsorship packages and all that stuff out to these different companies and stuff like that.
You have to be professional. Very good. It was great to have you on the show, Wendell, sharing your story, sharing how life after prison has been a blessing to you. Thank you. Thank you so much, and I wish you so much success. Well, we're going to take a break for a moment. We'll be right back. Let's talk about it with Sister Jay Jay. Don't you go anywhere.
God bless you, people of God. It's good to be able to talk to you once again. I'm Pastor Sylvester Battle Jr. with Word, Spirit, and Life Ministries, the Enlargement Center.
And I'm Lady B.
We want to invite you to come fellowship with us. This is where we're teaching the Word of God and the Spirit of God is moving. We're at 3600 North Street, Chester, Virginia. Times is at 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. Listen, you're so welcome here. You're more than welcome. We look forward to seeing you.
If you have a topic that you would like to discuss with me on Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay, send it to Facebook at Sister Jay Jay. That's SistaJayJay. We would love to talk about it.
Hi, I'm Kenethia Hines, professional and licensed stylist of Hair Dreams 2 in Petersburg, Virginia, and International Hair Salon of Richmond, Virginia. You're watching Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay.
Back to Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay, and once again, I'm Sister Jay Jay. We just finished having a conversation with Wendell Moss, talking about his life after prison. Now, joining us now is Miss Frida and Kenneth. They have an adult alternative program where they help transition individuals that come out of prison into society. Welcome, Miss Frida and Mr. Kenneth. How are you all?
Good to be here.
Thank you for being on the show. Awesome. Now tell me about your program, the Adult Alternative Program.
Well, we call it a program, but actually it's a vision from God, and it's also my testimony.
Okay.
You know, that's where I came from, being incarcerated 30 years ago.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
And I upon my release on my first time, you know, I came out. I went to the program. They told me, well, you this is how you carry yourself. You go and you fill your application out, and you present yourself, and you get that 15 minutes early, and you'll probably be hired. You know, and I tried, and my self-esteem was high. I was motivated, and I found out in the end, you know, that they were denying me because of my felony conviction. And at that point, I got angry, not just at the people who didn't hire me. I was angry at the people who sent me out there because I felt like they should have known.
You felt like you were set up for failure.
As a result of that, not having the skills that he had, I resorted back to what I know. So I ended up being incarcerated on the second time.
Okay, so if I can ask, what were you incarcerated on for the first time?
He had a robbery charge.
Okay. Oh, so you definitely was going in hard.
Oh, well, I like nice things. You know,
all right.
And when you don't have equal opportunity, you know, we try to create the opportunity in other ways.
Okay, so when you went back the second time, was that for the same charge?
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. I was involved just with 2 or 3 other guys, but the second time I was older, wiser. You know, and I was determined I was going to do that again. So what I did, I took up a trade in brick masonry.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
That's where I found my niche in life. When I came home the second time, I got a job at the old Richmond Herb building up here on Marshall Street, and I was bricklayer's helper with the bricklayer. And unfortunately, he had a heart attack. He passed away. Oh, wow. And the supervisor asked me that I think I could complete the job, and that began my journey as a entrepreneur.
Okay.
And today I'm a Class A contractor.
All right. Yeah. So you actually got your skill while being in prison?
Yeah, well, I got part of it. I got the brickman. I was introduced to the construction industry there. You know, once I got out, I learned through drywall, painting, and different other phases
continued
of
it.
Construction, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what motive? You said that you got the vision from God.
Yes.
So tell me about the vision. Talk to me about the vision.
I mean, we're supposed to be able to reach back and help our fellow man, you know. And I see, you know, my young brothers out there, and they're struggling with felony conviction, men and women, and they can't find jobs, and they're stressed out. Like now, we get calls every week. I mean, people stressed there, wanting help, reaching out for help, and don't know where to turn. You know, and it'd be remiss of me, you know, to know what I know about this industry and not share it. You know, so I see we have an appliance store on Brooklyn Park Boulevard. And I see young brothers out there walking around with their pants hanging down, and you know, I ask them, "Why you not working, man? Man, hey, I got 2 felonies." You know, but I've been in this industry 27 years, and I have never, ever, ever been asked about a criminal history. I recently did I did 3 bank jobs legally. I did 3 bank jobs for Wells Fargo Bank in Richmond, and 7 others in the various areas in Virginia. And my job was to install the ATM machines. So I would go, I still have the key now. I would go in at night, and we'll cut a hole in the brick wall, you know, for the ATM to be installed. And then we'll put up the studs and the plywood and secure it for the installation of the machine the following day.
Let's stop right there because you have all of this access to the bank, yet you were an ex-bank robber. Nevertheless, it doesn't sound like you had any inkling of a thought to rob the bank, correct?
Oh, no.
And is that because you were working in your element? You were working, you were making money.
Right.
It sounds like before, and I'm not making excuses, but it sounds like that you did the robbery because you wanted something, you needed something.
Right.
And now that you had a skill that would allow you to work to obtain those things, then that criminal behavior or that criminal mentality was not there anymore.
Right. So that goes right back to equal opportunity.
Okay.
We attended a meeting with the General Assembly building last month, and the governor, Cuccinelli, and everybody was there. They had a panel of people, and they were discussing what to do about the reentry, what to do about the ex-offenders, or what to do about us. You know what I'm saying? And they make it so complicated. We tested this system, and we tested this. The bottom line is equal opportunity.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's the bottom line. You know, and like when I started this job, when I first got out and started working in the Richmond Dairy building, you know, like I had accumulated a few things initially. Like I had got me a little car, had an apartment, buying clothes, and when my boys come to me, yo dog, let's hold up, man. You know, I got too much to lose. So this is where we fit in now. We have to make sure that when the young men and women come home, you know, we catch them before they get into that negativity. So what we do now, we had to have over 200 people who are registered.
Okay.
Waiting for our doors to open.
So tell me exactly what it is that this program does. They come home, they give you all a call, and then what?
All right. Then they're coming to a program where we take them through orientation, and they'll be orientation is real strict and real defined. We get into personal stuff because, you know, the other people we're dealing with. You know, we don't want to have somebody in the program who may have had a beef with somebody else in the program.
Okay, I understand.
You know, so we have to know, do you have a beef with anybody? Who did you commit homicide? Who did you kill? Who was it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So we have to know these things. So that's pretty stringent, the orientation part. But then we go into phases. Now, phase one of the program is character development. And our position is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So there they learn how to tie a necktie. Do I have God in my life? Do I have children who are estranged from families? You know, did I have a drug addiction? Was I treated for it? You know, can I use a computer? What is it? How is it used? You know, all those things are brought up during phase one. Now, phase one also serves as a testing period, because as faith leaders, we believe that when you're in the presence of positiveness, you know, and you're negative, you're going to flee. You know, when God shows up, you know, the devil flees. You know, so there's so much positiveness in phase one that if you have negativity in your heart and you don't have the ability to change your heart, then you're going to leave.
So phase one is like the sifting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Okay.
You know, in phase two, we have 10 contractors, 8 of whom have volunteered. And they're going to come in, they're going to be teaching carpentry, framing, drywall, painting, flooring, the whole works.
Teaching a trade.
Right. Home Depot has partnered with us. They're going to be giving us drywall, this damage, paint that people ordered and never picked up, and all that stuff at minimal cost.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we do, that's phase two. And what we do, we construct exterior tool sheds. You know, if you can build a tool shed, you can build a house. It's just small. You know, so they'll be building tool sheds. And if you have a house that's white with black shutters, and you want a tool shed to match your house, then we'll construct that for you and sell it to you and have it delivered. And the proceeds roll over into the program. And they help us be self-sufficient. You know, self-sufficiency is a big thing recently, because we found out that a lot of people, you know, don't want to see this program succeed. Right. You know, like we had I shared this, we do presentation at various churches. You know, I always share that, you know, some people send their children to school and to college. Like doctors make up to $200,000–300,000 a year. In 2011, I grossed $876,000.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you have phase one, you have phase two. Phase two sounds very lucrative.
Yeah, well,
I like phase two.
Phase two is a skill set. I mean, that's where the skills come in.
So
They learn the skills.
Okay.
In phase three, we actually go into houses.
Okay.
Senator Henry Marsh, on his way out of office, he submitted a bill called Senate Bill number 68.
Okay.
And in that bill, they are allowing nonprofits such as ours to buy houses for next to nothing, $1.
Wow.
So, but you got to have your 501c3. So then we got a list of 600 houses. We submitted a request for 20 of them so far. But the process is new. They haven't really got started. But these houses, we'll go into them. I mean, the criteria, once we get the house, we have to be able, once we finish them, we got to make them available to low-income families.
Okay.
But we're going to do that anyway.
And so the people in this program, they'll be the ones that actually fix the houses up?
That's part of the skill. That's part of the training.
Okay. And then, of course, they get paid for that.
Okay. Well, they get stipends.
Okay.
We get $25 a day for phase one, phase two. Phase three, they get $50 a day. Now,
wow.
And phase three, the requirement is if Bank of America has we're in collaboration with Bank of America, and they're going to open up some bank accounts. Deposit $100 so everybody open up an account. So we're trying to get everybody connected to that too.
Okay. Now you have a clip, correct?
Oh yes,
about
I do.
what
we
you
have
do.
A video clip. That
Okay.
We did.
Well, let's go to that clip for a moment.
Were you or someone you love incarcerated, have served their time, and are just trying to re-enter society and get back to a productive life with their family? Every child deserves a mother and a father, and every mother and father deserves the opportunity to provide for their family, regardless of past circumstances. Here at the Adult Alternative Program, we have identified a need in society to gainfully employ ex-offenders. AAP will identify a candidate base, facilitate classroom training, supervise and oversee hands-on training, and expedite certification testing and licensing while providing coaching for faith-based decision-making skills. This program is not for the sole purpose of providing vocational training to re-entry citizens with felony convictions. This program intends to return fathers and mothers to the family and keep them there with the children, by affording an opportunity to succeed in this society, with financial stability, without the need for crime or criminal involvement. We wish to partner with your city to establish and facilitate the Adult Alternative Program. Join us on our mission to help families reunite, establish a sound program to train, equip, and employ citizens transitioning from statuses as prisoners, halfway housing, rehab facilities, back to mainstream society. We want to educate these citizens, establishing credible skills set in the construction trade, presenting opportunity for self-sufficiency. Join us today. We are in need of your sponsorship so that we can restore families one community at a time. The Adult Alternative Program, building on faith and character. We are a nonprofit organization currently seeking sponsorship.
Right, that was excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent presentation. Excellent presentation. Gives a summary of everything that you do,
Right.
per se. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So I want to hear from you, Frida. You're the wife. They said behind every great man is a wonderful, beautiful wife.
That's true.
Yes, that's what I said that. So tell me your part in the Adult Alternative Program, AAP.
Well, you know, it is my responsibility to speak to the women, you know, and that's what I often do. I speak to the women because, especially with construction, women tend to stray away, you know, but, and I often say knowledge is power. And we have the knowledge, we can run the business. You know, like, okay, and I'm saying this, and I mean, and that's in anything. We don't have to pick up no nail, no hammer, no nails. If we have the knowledge, we can put people to work.
That's right.
Now, this program, I often say, is more than a program. You know, it's another chance to start life over.
Right.
You know, a person come home, and this for men and women. You can start over. So in saying that, you know, you start over. You I don't know. I mean, this is we have worked so diligently in this. We've been working for such a long time in this, and you know, my heart is really in it.
How long has this program been in effect?
Well, we've been 501c3 since 2012.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so-
the program itself, how long has the program, or did the program start 2012 as well?
Well, I am the program.
Oh, you are the
The program is actually a reproduction of my life
Okay.
and what I went through. That's why I say it's a testimony. We call it a program, you know. So, you know, some people just ask me, well, you have any notes? I mean, I know what I lived,
That's
you know,
right.
so I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can ask me about this program that I can't answer because I lived it.
So it actually per se became legal in 2012 by the business status
2012
of
we got state corporation license, then we got our 501c3.
it? Okay. So 2 years, we're going into the third year.
Yeah, but it took us 4 years to get to that 2-year point.
Okay.
Yeah, we traveled. We used to go to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and
Yeah.
speak to professors about the community and all this, and been to the governor's office, talking to Jane Brown and Martin
Promoting
Brown.
the AAP.
We were going everywhere trying to get people to see the vision. You know, when you're in the vision, you're excited about it because you know it's God moves you. You know, but you expect everybody else to see what you see because you're there, but it's not like that. You know, so we end up having a lot of doors closed in our face.
But you didn't stop.
No, didn't stop.
Frida, you were getting ready to
Well,
say something?
I wanted to speak to the audience, and you know, I wanted to say, you know, see, a lot of people are ashamed.
Right.
You know, not everyone, but a lot of people are ashamed, so they don't
Especially in
come
churches.
forward.
Yeah.
You know, they'll come to us and say, well, my neighbor or my sister or but you know, a lot of times it's them. And I just wanted to say to the audience, you know, don't be ashamed. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed. You made a bad decision. Just because you made a bad decision doesn't make you a bad person. So, you know, come aboard. I just want to, you know, we do have over 200 people that have registered for the program. But I want to piggyback on something because I am now trying to become a Class C contractor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, yeah. And with Class C, you can make $7,500 a job. You know, if I do 10 jobs a year, that's $75,000.
Yes.
And you have to be
know.
really lazy to do 10 jobs a year.
Yes.
You have to be lazy?
You have to be lazy. 10
To
jobs
do
a
10
year.
jobs a year. That's you really lazy.
I mean, if I'm,
wow.
yeah, so, you know, this program can work for men, women, and I just want to see, you know, like, to me, family is very important. And I would like to see the men back in their homes, you know, and living the way we used to live, you know, like men taking care of the household, or women, you know, or both of us working together to take care of the household, and so our children can have a better and brighter future.
So it sounds like you're saying you're not taking away the women's lib and all of the good stuff about how women can do what men can do, but you're saying men step up. It doesn't make a difference if you have had a criminal background. This is an opportunity for you to get back on the right track, take your rightful place in the home, become the head of the house, the man of the house, take care of your woman, take care of your children, so that the children does not have to repeat the same course that you have gone down.
That's it.
Let's start building a positive future for our children and our children's children for each generation to come. And it sounds like this program is the street to get them on so that they can continue to go down that right highway.
That's right.
You know, it sounds really good. So it's 3 phases.
Yeah, well, we have follow-up phase.
You have a follow-up phase?
After the final phase, you know, those who wish to, like everybody wouldn't want to be an entrepreneur, but those who wish to, they'll come back to the program. We got them through the process of attaining the Class C contractor's license.
Okay.
And they're able to do what she was saying.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I mean, even not being an entrepreneur, you know, like right now, with the skill sets, and just, I mean, literally, I can walk down North Avenue, and in a week's time, I can make $1,000.
Wow.
You know, because all of us, including me, and I'm a contractor, got some kind of repairs you're going to need.
So you have a skill set.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like with Wendell. You know, I'm going to get Wendell because he was looking at his watch. You got somewhere you want to go.
Yeah.
Like he's giving paying homage to
Yeah.
the stylists and the barbers. So if you have a barber's license or a stylist license, you're going to always be able to make money because that's
Right.
a skill
That's right.
that's going to always be in need. So you have found a skill that is going to always be in need, and your criminal background is not going to
It's not
affect
going to
this.
be important.
I like that.
No, that's
I like
right.
that. Good job, good job, good job. So tell me more about what your future goal is for the Adult Alternative Program.
Well, the future goal is to, of course, we want to make sure that we get these 200 people in the class, you know, and keep them there. And our future goal is to have a daycare
Okay.
for
Yes.
reentry, just reentry. You know,
All
we're going to
right.
do half the cost of what the regular daycare is. We plan on having a man cave for all the men where they can come and watch the sports. They can watch the fight with Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao coming up.
Yes.
And you know, and
Man cave
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So
Women cave.
and we
That's right.
we're planning on replicating. You know,
Okay.
we were in Petersburg. We did a PowerPoint presentation maybe a couple of years ago, and they wanted to give us a school. The
Okay.
Virginia school, but we wasn't really ready for that. That would have been just like me asking for trying to get to New York and you give me $10 for gas. I mean, I would have moved. I would have moved, but I wouldn't have got there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you all for coming on the show. Tell the people real quick how they can get in contact with you.
Yes, you can reach us on the website at www.adultalternativeprogram.com.
Excellent.
And my direct number is 804-218-1740.
Excellent. Now we're going to be right back after this short message. You're looking at Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay.
How you doing, people of God? It's good to be able to talk to you once again. I want to invite you to Word, Spirit, and Life Ministries, the Enlargement Center. Listen, you love football, and so do I. I want to introduce you to a man that not only know the game, but played the game. This is none other, Brother Henderson.
How you doing, everyone? It is my pleasure. My name is William Henderson, former fullback for the Green Bay Packers, 12-year veteran. But every Sunday, I get a chance to. I'm in this church, listening to Pastor Battle give us the good word, and I invite you guys to come out and minister with us.
You're watching Let's Talk About It with me, Sister Jay Jay. Back to Let's Talk About It. And we're going to be hearing, you heard from them earlier, and we're going to hear from them again. So, Chaz and Wayne.
Love songs playing on my radio, nothing but the rhythm and blues. All these love songs playing on my radio always makes me think about you. 'Cause you're one of a kind, baby. So glad that you're mine, yeah, baby. You're one of a kind. So glad that you're mine. Oh, how I love you, I adore you, girl. To the world, you're one girl, but you're my whole wide world. Oh, how I love you, I adore you, girl. To the world, you're one girl, but you're my whole wide world. Your love is so sweet, gives my heart a cavity. Your love is so warm, keeps me safe through the storms. Da 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 da. Scooby da doo doo, Scooby da doo 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 doo. Da 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 da. Love songs playing blues. And all these love songs playing on my radio always makes me think about you.
You're one of a kind, baby. So glad that you're mine. You're one of a kind, baby. So glad that you're mine.
It's the language of love.
All right, come on over, have a seat. See, Chaz and Wayne Soul.
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. You might want to move that guitar. Love songs playing on the radio. You might fix the thing sitting on the. Okay, everybody's good. We got it. Okay, you guys are awesome.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You said I gave you a cavity.
Yeah, we was talking straight to you.
You was talking straight to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Lord. If I had a man, I'd say stop it. Talk to me, guys. How long have you all been together?
We've been together since
8th grade.
8th grade. Yeah.
8th grade.
And we
So what grade are you guys in now?
we just graduated last June, so it's 5 years we've been singing together.
5 years.
So y'all legal now. I'm not a cougar. I'm not a cougar.
If y'all hear something out there, we are legal.
We are
Let y'all
legal.
know.
Oh my goodness. So
I'm just playing.
is that your single? That I love
That's a
that
new single
song.
that we wrote about a month ago. It's called Language of Love.
And that describes all the scatting, and we're all, it's basically just saying that music is our language of love. The way we just talk to females, the way we influence is just the scat. And then how I was saying the rhythm and blues, R&B is just, that's our language of love, music.
What you keep giving me them eyes for? You just giving them eyes. You all should say I'm just giving me those eyes. Playing that guitar. So tell me about your project. When is your project due to be out?
It doesn't have an official release date yet, but it's sometime in the spring.
Okay, of this year?
Of this year, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And by the way, we are Soul. That's SOAL, singing on another level. And the project is coming along. It's coming along, and it's going. I think it's going to change a lot of things going on in the music industry, because we look to create a sound rather than
Copy a sound.
copy a sound and just be out here making music. We're trying to create and have positivity within our music rather than being so degrading.
Okay. Well, I like it because I think the younger generation is definitely going to like it because you guys are very nice looking young men. But as far as the more mature women and mature men, I think we can appreciate it. You're not speaking of a bunch of foolishness. It's something that I think can make it across the board, and that's just my opinion. I'm definitely excited for you all, and I definitely look forward to the project. So tell me some more. What are you all doing right now?
Right now, we really are just in a grind stage, especially because of 2015. 2014 was a year, we were kind of doing this, we was kind of doing that. We was, in the studio sometimes when we could, but we both, sat down and talked, and we told ourselves that, 2015, that's the time of the grind. That's our year.
So yeah.
So and before this album drop, we kind of just going MIE. We just grinding.
Okay.
You're not gonna see a lot of us. You're not gonna hear a lot of music from us and stuff. But just know, I just want everybody to know that we are working. Right now, 2015 is grind season.
Oh wow! So when you come out, so you're going into that caterpillar type of state of mind.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you come out, you're like a butterfly.
Exactly.
Beautiful, flying all over.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. How do your parents feel about you all decision to be artists?
Man, they support. Well, my parents support, and they will always want me to follow my dream.
As well as mine too. They gonna always be there. I don't have the type of parents who are like, that's a far-fetched dream. They're the type of parents who telling me to go get it rather than get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. It is kind of far-fetched, but I feel like it's very achievable.
If one man can do it, any man can do it if he believes.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because nobody on earth is a God.
Okay.
So it's nothing that we can achieve as one man can and another man couldn't.
Very well spoken. Very well spoken. Well, this show we were talking about life after prison. You all haven't been to prison, obviously, correct?
No, ma'am.
Amen.
Okay, so what would be your message to young men that may be perspectives for prison? What would be your message? Because it doesn't seem like you all have that in your goal at all. What would be your message to those young men that are out there?
My message will be kind of, is it worth it? Like, is it really worth, throwing away your freedom just to, make a buck? It's things out here that's a lot more valuable, and it's a lot other ways to make money. It's a lot other ways out here to get women. Whatever you can do, it's always a different way to do it. Like, I work construction. I gotta go out there and work, that's where the money come from, though.
You work construction?
Yeah.
And singing like that? Let me see your hands.
Yeah, they look like it. No, I'm just like, I got you, man.
So, what would you have to say, Wayne?
To me, I feel like it's just all about decision making, as he said. You just think about something before you do it. And if you don't feel it's right, then you probably shouldn't do it. That's all I gotta say.
That's all you gotta say.
Yes, man. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. We have a call. Let's see. Maybe we'll take 1 or 2 calls. You're on with Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay. Call her your name and comment.
Yes, hi, Sister Jay Jay. My name is Maurice. I had to call in because I was going through the channels and I caught your show. Your show is so edifying, where that you have so much to look at TV when it's a bunch of nonsense if it's not spiritual. And I'm glad I caught your show. You need to have at least 2 more hours of time to really get the message through, that what you are trying to get through, because the message has gotten to me, and like, I just wanted to say that as far as the sister in the back and her husband, I want to tell them, just stay encouraged, because I know that the Bible says people perish without a lack of knowledge or without a vision, and you got to have a vision. And I'm gonna say this and shut up. Pastor Murdoch was saying that how you know what you're doing is the right thing. How do you know you have a call on your life? How do you know what God calling you to do? And he was saying, how you know that you have a call on your life, how you know that what your calling is that you have a deep passion inside your spirit, in your and it's like, that's what you know, that's what you should be doing, or you love doing. And I just want to tell them the best is yet to come, because I know both of them as personal. I have seen them in the community, Northside and everything, and God has already then prepared them for what they is actually trying to do, and for them to stay encouraged, because the role models is not on TV or on a cereal box. Our role models is right here in the area.
Well, thank you.
And I'm gonna say this too. One more thing. I'm gonna get off the phone, but that's everything we learn in the street is we learn and to be taught by watching people in the street, and by these 2 couples trying to give people a trade. How he learned how to go in that bank, he was taught, or he had to get the pros and cons to that. So it's the same thing in life, that you have to get the pros and cons and a skill and go for it. Thanks for letting me share.
Well, thank you, and thank you for watching Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay.
Love it. Bye-bye.
All right. Wonderful words. Wonderful words. We thank you, Mr. Maurice. Wonderful words. And what would you have to say to Maurice, Kenneth? Okay, I guess we'll take 1 more call, and then you can tell Kenneth what you need. You're on with Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay. Call it your name and comment.
Yes, is this the AARP program?
This is Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay. We do have AAP on the program.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I was calling for, Kenneth.
Yes, your comment?
This is Bob. My comment is, I think their program is real good, and I have a program called How. And It's a housing program, and I was affiliated with Kenneth, and I was calling to let them know they're doing a great job, and the program is wonderful, and we are doing a great job and trying to get our program off the ground.
Well, awesome. We wish you much success, and thank you for calling in.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Kendall, real quick, say something to the people. Let them know that you're hearing them.
Oh yeah, well I appreciate all the encouragement we get. We get a lot of encouragement from a lot of people. You know, we appreciate the support. You know, without that encouragement, you know, we'll naturally get discouraged.
Exactly.
You know, so we stay prayerful and we continue to do the right thing. When you do the right thing, it's noticed.
Right, and it's very important to have programs such as yours in effect, because unfortunately we have so many people that are going inside the prisons, right, and eventually they will be coming home, right, and your goal is to stop that cycle. Is that correct? That's right. So we're going to stop that cycle. We may have time for one more call. If not, Frida, what do you have to say to the people?
Well, I just want to say this: stay encouraged. You know, we need you. www.adultalternativeprogram.com. Please check out the website. See what we have to offer. It's more than just a program.
Exactly. And please remember that, again, you made a mistake. It does not mean that your life is over. It is what you do after the mistake. What's most important. If you're truly repentant in what you've done, then live in that repentance. Find a skill. Go back to what you know that's the right thing. Go back to your foundation. And unfortunately, some people have had a bad foundation. So I like what Wendell said, you have to reinvent yourself. So reinvent yourself. People do it every day. As long as you're living, there's always a chance to get it right. Do not allow the fact that you've been to prison to prohibit you from being who you want to be and doing the things that you want to do that is positive. So I do thank you all for joining in with me on Let's Talk About It with Sister Jay Jay. We were talking about life after prison. It doesn't stop. Life begins after prison. Remember, talking about it can solve the problem. Guys, take us out.
Can't seem to shake the pain. I'm trying to find the words to say, like, please stay. It's written all over your face. I can't function the same. You're not here, calling your name, no one there. But I hope someday you'll see nobody has me. I still can't believe you found somebody new, but I wish you the best, I guess. 'Cause everybody knows that nobody really knows how to make it work or how to ease the hurt. You've heard it all before, but everybody knows how to make it right. I wish we gave it one more try. Oh, one more try. 'Cause everybody knows, but nobody really knows.
I don't care what the people say, they probably lonely anyway. Baby, don't fill up your head with he said, she said. It seems like you just don't know. The radio's on, you're turning me out. Trying to speak, you're turning me down. And I hope someday you'll see nobody has it. Still can't believe you found somebody new, but I wish you the best, I guess. 'Cause everybody knows, but nobody really knows how to make it work or how to ease the hurt. We've heard it all before. Everybody knows how to make it right. I wish we gave it one more try. Let's talk about it, let's talk about it, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it with Sista Jay Jay.